What is up, you guys? Welcome back. Yes, we are still at it doing what we love the most, which is unboxing. Today, we have royalty in the channel because we have none other than the one and only Prince Vegeta on the channel right here. Fresh unboxing for all of you guys right here. As you can see, this is a figure that was highly anticipated. By myself included, because I knew that there is a previous version of this Vegeta by SH Figuarts, but I do not own it due to the fact that I wanted to wait to see if SH Figuarts will drop a newest, updated, more realistic, closer to the anime version of this figure, and they did. So I'm really glad I waited until that time came, and the time is here. We are here today, and we have Vegeta on the channel. This is, of course, by the way, day 400, I don't know what, of me trying to keep the video short. I'll keep on trying, I promise. But I just get too excited, and I do want to go over every single detail with all of you guys about this figure to the best of my ability, to the deepest depth. So I'll do just that, and I'll try to keep it, a little bit shorter, the video that is, without stealing quality from it. So without further ado, we have Vegeta right here, our boy, the one and only true prince. So let's get to it. Alrighty, you guys, we are at it again. Here we have him, the one and true prince, Vegeta, right here by SH Figuarts Cell Games Saga, right here in the channel today. So excited to have this figure right here in the channel. I've been really looking forward to this figure ever since the day it was announced. Now, like I told you guys before, I do not own the previous version of this Vegeta. I wanted to wait until SH Figuarts released something that was closer and more loyal looking like to the one Vegeta in the anime, and SH Figuarts did just that with this one figure right here, which I'm really excited about showcasing for all of you guys right here and unboxing together with all of you. So quick parenthesis, I don't know if it is like etiquette to usually open these figures on the right side of the box or on the left, but I'm gonna go manga style, baby, and open it from the left, as I usually do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys around the box, so you can just see right here, when you turn it, there's a lot of cool poses that you can right here see that Vegeta is capable of doing. We have the trio right here, Goku, Trunks. I don't have Trunks yet, okay, but I do have Goku. And we have the other side of the box right here, tightly sealed, very well solid, very light figure as well. And look at that beautiful blue. The yellow contrast is just so good. It is also a really good contrast to that of Goku's colors. So let's just go ahead and open the figure right here on the left side, manga style, baby. And there's nothing you can do about it to stop me. Unless it is like inappropriate to do it from this side, and it's like more customary to do it on this side, then I'm willing to change my ways. Sorry about the motorcycle sound. It's a little bit hot over here, so I have my window open. So sorry about that. So let's go ahead and slide Vegeta out of his sarcophagus. And my God, would you look at this? Oh my gosh. Okay, so right away we have pretty much a very simple container right here with Vegeta. There's no like double box behind this box. It's just a very basic but yet a very complete set of Vegeta with, the body, some crossed arms. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of swappable hands, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 swappable faces. We have the standard Super Saiyan gold hair, and then we have this hair that's swappable as well, that has like an air effect, like a little wavy effect right here on the hair to one side. And then we have some swappable shoes, which I'm really interested. Other than the figures I own, which is Cooler, Metal Cooler, and Frieza, I don't have any other figures that have swappable feet. So I'm really curious to see how these will look. I can already tell I like these a lot more than the plain white ones. I still like these, but I like these a lot more because of the tips. They're so cool and neat. So let's go ahead and set our Vegeta down right here and see what this whole show is all about. All right, so we'll pop him open. Okay, I'm gonna move the phone around so you can see a little bit of the texture of the figure. I'm gonna move the light away so it's not as bright. So right away we have again the crossed arms, the hands, a lot of sets right there. Okay, we have the figure itself. Look at that solid royal blue. It's so good. That smirk in his face, I tell you. Then we have a serious face. We have another serious face, and then we have another more serious face. Nothing about Vegeta is a joke, so better take this figure seriously right now, I tell you. Anyway, so we have the figure right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the phone down right here, and then respectfully pull our Vegeta out. All right, so we have the little plastic right here. Okay, so oh my, oh my, oh my. All right, so let's just go ahead and we'll go one step at a time. I'm gonna remove the box and then bring up Vegeta up close here and just show you guys the figure itself. This is a different feeling. Okay, so first and foremost, this figure, because Vegeta, of course, is smaller than Goku, is shorter. It is a 1/12 scale, but this feels odd because, you know, he's a short guy. This is not to say that the figure is not incredible. It is absolutely incredible. You can just see the colors, the paint, which I'm gonna go over to in just a minute. But this figure feels like just so strangely light, even though this guy he goes heavy, and whatever he does, you know, do not take him lightly. But this figure is, you know, 1/12 scale. But given that Vegeta is shorter in the anime, it feels a little odd to have him, you know, to have him right here in my hand. I can only imagine what this guy will look like in comparison to the one Broly you know, from the previous video I made. But anyways, let's go ahead and remove the plastic right here. I am so excited what this figure is all about. So, all right, we have our Vegeta right here. We're gonna go over articulations, paint job, you know, accessories, the whole thing as usual. So, all right, so, oh my gosh, it's just, this figure is just so good. Now, I'm gonna make a quick parenthesis here. I have heard, of course, a lot of YouTubers complaining about issues with this figure. Again, I haven't looked at any review videos myself. This is just a review that I'm doing with all of you guys at the same time, where we're gonna learn at the same time. So what you guys know, I know, in case you haven't looked at other review videos, that is. So let's go ahead and start messing around right here with our Vegeta, respectfully. That's it, because, you know, we have royalty right here. So we'll go ahead and give this man proper respect that he deserves. Let's go and do it from top to bottom. So to start with, I'm gonna move the light here a little bit closer. Maybe I'll just reduce the brightness a little bit. That's better. Okay, cool. So we have Vegeta right here. First things first, the paint job it's very simple. As you can see, it's just blue, white, the yellow hair. And then we have, of course, the little armor with the brownish part right here, the shoulder straps, and then we have the abdominal section right here as well as the back. So for the paint job, we're gonna have a very solid, very simple blue. I don't think there's a lot of shading here. Or maybe the light is betraying me, but I do start to see a little bit of shading right here on his shoulders, the triceps. Not much going on his armor. Is very plain, matte, white and brown. But there is some shading right here on the cuts of the biceps, the shoulders. We actually do have shading right here on the gloves as well. You cannot see it very well, again, unless my eyes are betraying me. But there is some shading to the white part of his clothing. For the legs, you know, it's also a very nice, solid matte blue. It doesn't reflect that ton of light. So it's very cool. I do like the paint on this one figure. The hair, of course, is very neat. It does have some shading right here at the root of the hair, and then it fades out as each band goes up. So the face is really good as well. Very well sculpted. As you can see, there's a lot of anatomy details going on right here, like on Vegeta's forehead sides. You can see a lot of shading just by the sculpting itself. So it's absolutely incredible. The nose is super pointy. the ears, the eyebrows. Look at just how much brighter they are than the hair. We have those eyes, the mouth right here. Yeah, this figure's paint is really, really good actually. Not only does it have paint, in some of the cuts of the muscles, the insertions of the muscle, the separations, but because as you guys can see, this guy's muscles are so cut and deep that it gives it like a much more pronounced shadowing effect. So I really like that. So you guys can see right here the shoulders, the deltoids have the three heads, really, really like standing out. More so than Goku's. Then we have the triceps. Look at that horseshoe right here. Absolutely incredible. We don't have a lot of back definition because, it's covered by the armor. And then we have the biceps, of course. We have the thighs, absolutely huge. You can see the quadriceps right here, very, very well pronounced. Yeah, both to the outside and the inside. We don't have, we don't get to see the whole calf because it's also covered by the boots. So looks like we also gonna have some extra details that are not quite paint, but they're not articulations either. And that is just something that I've noticed right away as soon as I grab this little guy by the hands right here. So there is texture right here to the globes. You see that? And the hands don't move. So they're not like glued together. The globes right here, at least from the wrist up, mid forearm, they move independently. So that's really, really cool and neat. So I really like this. I was not expecting this. I thought they were going to be like sculpted in or something, but they're not. They're actually really loose. So that's super cool. Now for the boots, they do have a little bit of the same effect, but they do not twist as the globes do. So they do have this little loosey-goosey effect right here, but again, they're not as loose as the globes right here, which is fine, not a complaint at all. So paint job, I really liked it. It's really, really good. I love the hair so much so that I think it's just on par with that of Goku's. Very, very cool, very, very good shadowing, very good sculpting. The face is just so pristine and good. I really like the faces, no matter what anybody says. So, yeah. So, that is the paint. Now, I want to go into mobility, articulation. So, let's go straight into it. So, beginning with the head, we're going to have, let's see what we have here. So, we have, okay, very smooth rotation of the neck. All right. To the side, we have some up and down. Super smooth. Okay, let me just mess around with it a little bit more. So as you can see, it goes up and down. Okay, side to side. Okay, it does rotate on its angle. Okay, and as you can see, the head is separate than the muscle. Okay, I'm sorry, the head is separate from the neck muscles. Okay, but if you don't hold the head by itself, the neck also moves along with the head. Okay. But if you hold the neck, you can see that the head moves on its own. So, okay, the reason why I wanted to mess with it a bit more is because I dare say that the neck joint, it is much more superior than that of Goku. So I really like that improvement that they made with Vegeta's neck. Absolutely loved it. Very, very cool. So that is the neck. Absolutely incredible. Very, very smooth gliding. No issues at all. The head doesn't pop. So yeah, that's great. So for the shoulders, let's see what we have going on with the shoulders right here. So we're going to have elevation. Okay. Let's see the arm. All right. Very, very cool, pristine quality of shoulder joints right there. We have like a double joint shoulder right here, as you can see, that allows the shoulder to have a lot of rotation, some shrugging right here. All right, you see that? Very, very cool. That's awesome. I'm really glad they didn't skip that with Vegeta just because of his armor. The shoulder straps are a little bit loose, as you can see. They're not broken. They're just the way they are to allow for this double joint shoulder joint to move around a bit more. So that's really cool. I like that about the shoulders. So that's cool. So you can elevate the shoulders more or less, depending on how you maneuver around this double joint for the shoulders. So that's really cool. And of course, I would imagine that it has rotation as well. Yep, here goes. 360. How about that? That's really, really cool and neat. Perfect. Okay. So same for the other arm, of course, 360. We have some bicep flexion right here. Okay. And you can see the cut on the biceps as well. Okay. So bicep flexion right there. Very, very cool and smooth. This figure is so, so light. My God. So yeah, really, really nice flexion right there. Okay, perfect. Now for the wrist, of course, 360 degrees, the classic up and down. We have it, all of it right here. So arms are really good, really maneuverable. Nothing's really on the way. Now let's look at the torso here and see what we have going on. So, all right. So given that Vegeta has this armor, it is actually quite flexible. A very, very expandable torso right here, up and down. Yep. As you can see, it has a lot of range of motion right here for the torso. So we have that, and then side to side. Oh, okay. Oh, joints. Okay, so we don't have, right here on this axis, we don't have a lot of bending to the side because of the line of the vest right here, of the armor. So this little line right here, it kind of gets on the way of the torso to tilt side to side. So it's not really happening, at least not for me. But the movement happens at the waist. As you can see, it all comes down from this joint right here to where it goes side to side. I would have liked it if it had something more down the line right here going on to where it will tilt right here, but it doesn't. It does, however, rotate side to side a little bit. Okay, right here. And then back flexion, extension, you got it right there. So it's not bad at all. There's not a whole lot of, joints unless you really force it forward too much or back too much. Then you're gonna have some gaps right there, but it's really nothing to freak out about. So torso, it's good, but not as flexible as I would have liked, but that's okay. Not really. I'm not really gonna put up a big stink about it. So for the hips, let's see what we have going on. Yeah, okay, a very, very good amount of rotation right there. Okay, the joints, like I said, all of the torso movement comes either from the upper torso or the joints. There's not really a whole lot going on right here on the mid torso area. So either it's gonna come from the top or from the bottom right here, as you can see. So there's a lot of flexion right there, mobility. So that's cool. So that's our hip joint right there. So moving down to the legs, let's see what we have going on here. We have leg elevation. Oh my gosh, look at this. It doesn't go just straight, it goes past that. Okay, so this Vegeta's legs are very, very good. I was not expecting this. Look, I'm not even joking. This it's not even like straight. It does go past that point, so that's really cool. This guy's legs are flexible, man. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the back. We have it. We have it right here. The diaper structure right here that restricts the leg going straight back. That's okay. It's just what we were given, and that's what we have to work with. So it does go back, but it does stick out to the side. In order for the leg to kick back, it has to go to the side in a diagonal angle. Again, not a big stinker, but it's just what it is. Don't panic. Don't worry. We have good flexibility right there for the legs to kick back. Okay, so it's really not bad. Only that it's not gonna be super straight. It's not gonna kick back in a straight line. So it's fine. No biggie. So let's go ahead and see what he can do for splits. So let's go ahead and tilt him sideways. Look at that. Absolutely incredible. Leg flexibility is just so good. It's really good. It's really right there. So we have this diagonal cut right here as well on top of the thigh, which serves for this purpose. Okay, for the thighs to rotate on their own angles like this. Okay, so knee flexion. Okay, this one seems to have some gaps right here on the top of the shin and on the bottom of the quads. Not a big deal, really. I'm not really going to complain about this. It is a very, very light figure. A very compact figure, I should say, and very light as well. As I've said many times before, we have a really, really cool knee flexion right here. That is a very, very good knee flexion if you ask me. Very, very complete. The calves almost touch the hamstrings right here. So it's really, really good and complete. And it's very solid. These legs are very, very tight. They're not really loose at all. So I like that. That really aids with a lot of stability, you know, when you try to pose them. So that's awesome. Now let's look at the ankles. So we have some forward and backward going on right here. Okay, more or less so, depending on how you push the ankle joint forward or back. So we have that. Okay, excellent. So rotation, we have it. Okay, side to side. Excellent. These ankles are really, really good. And even though they are very flexible, they're not really that loose, which is great. Again, for stability, poses, and overall, it's just, they're really, really solid. Solid, I'm sorry. Now, the tips of the boots are, yep, extremely flexible as well. You can see the tiptoes, you know, going up and down. Yep, so there you have it. There's our prints right here. I'm not really disappointed at all. I wasn't expecting anything less from VEGETA. So, yeah, that's articulations, paint job. Now let's go ahead and play around with some hands and see what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these hands, pop them open or pop them out. Okay, these hands were very easy to remove. I wonder if over time the popping will cause the joint to become weak. I don't know, but they were not really that hard to pop out. I like to bring this example over and over, but when I compare this VEGETA to full power Frieza, the feet, the hands, and my God, the neck joints are really hard to remove. So that's not the case with VEGETA. That's not to say that they're really loose. They're still tight and solid, but they're really easy to remove. So let's go ahead and play around with some hands right here and see what I have. I'll move the phone around to show you what hands it comes with. So we have like the chopping hand right here. We have some grabbing hands, okay? Open palm, cross arms, again, the faces, and swappable hair sets. So let's just go ahead and set them down. And let's just mess around with some hands right here. We have one and two. Let's go ahead and do something like this, okay? It doesn't come with a key blast effect, so we are only given VEGETA, so that's okay. That we'll walk around it. I'm sure by this point, if you have some other action figures, you can borrow some key effects from the others and use them on VEGETA, and you know, so and so. So yeah, we have some hands right here that go really well with the you know, with the paint job of VEGETA. They're really consistent with the paint job, the shadowing. It's really, really cool. So yeah, hands are very, very well sculpted. As you can see, there's a lot of detail on the globes, finger details. It is very, very cool. I really like this VEGETA. So yeah, let's just go ahead and mess around with the toes now. How about that? I do see a full swappable feet right here. So I don't imagine that it's just the tips that that you can swap. So let's just go ahead and see what we have here. So we have a full foot right here. Okay, let me go ahead and bring out the other one. Yeah, so I would imagine that you have to remove the whole foot right here. Okay, I'm coming. Oh, they seem to be really tight. I don't want to mess anything up. Yeah, there you go. So you have to push them out at an angle to make it come out smoother. Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. They're out. So let's just go ahead and insert these new babies and give VEGETA a whole new look. So again, you just have to like be careful with the angle and really, really just nail it. All right, there you go. There's one. And then for the other one, we'll just go ahead and mess around with it a little bit until it clicks. It's going. All right, it's in. So yeah, you see the drip right here? These are some some really classic boots right here, VEGETA. Same kind of articulation, same flexibility. Absolutely incredible. I like this a lot more. So I think they add on to his armor, you know, so I like these a lot more. Not to say that the white ones are not good. I like them just as more, or maybe these a bit more. So yeah, we have the hands, we have the feet. Now let's go ahead and mess around with the faces and the whole thing. I do wonder how it does look like the hairpiece comes as a whole. So there's no bangs on the front to remove. This is a solid piece here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove Vegeta here. It doesn't seem like the face comes out on its own. So I guess you have to remove the whole thing. So we have this hair piece right here, and I'm gonna try and switch another one. And notice how it looks like a puzzle. We have the widow's peak right here, and then we have the face, and let you see how it works together. I'm trying. It's a bit tricky, maybe because it's a fresh piece. It's not really going in. Let's see. I'll keep on trying. Be patient with me, people. It's coming. Boy, it's taking some work. Let's see. Maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. Or maybe it's just that it is a new face swap. No, I think that's it. Boy, that was tough. And notice the paint job right here on the face. It is so good. But this guy has a very thick neck joint. So let's hope that it doesn't cause any issues. And see what we can do here.
A few moments later.
All right, I got the hairpiece in. So let's go ahead and try to put the face on. Hopefully I don't have to do it all over. And no, there it is. Okay, that took a while. All right, so yeah, there we have our Vegeta right here by SH Figuarts. So there's some things I want to go over this figure real quick. So paint job, I liked it. There's not really that much that we can do about these figures. Paint job, it is a very basic base color, blue, yellow, white Vegeta that we have, our color trio that we're given. So I really like the cuts that they made on Vegeta's muscles, even though he's a smaller guy, a very compact figure. As you can see, it's not really that huge. It's still 1/12 scale, but it's in accordance to realistic size. When you compare him to like Goku, he's way shorter. So the paint job, I liked it. I would have liked a little bit more of maybe some more like paint job around the armor. Not really a complaint, but that would have been cool. So the paint job is really cool. I like this detail that they did on the boots. So it's really cool. For mobility, I liked a lot of things about this figure, but I do think it does lack on this side right here of the figure, on this area. It doesn't really go side to side. Everything comes right here from the waist, from the groins. As you can see, it doesn't really come from here. So I didn't really like that, but it's okay. I'll do what I can and work around with it. Again, the whole diaper thing, I'm not really a big fan of it, but it's what we've been given, so we'll just have to work around it. I didn't like the head swapping process. I had to edit the video to fast forward it because it took me a very long time to put on the head back on, and at times I felt like it was gonna snap because of so much pressure that I was trying to make by putting it in. So I didn't really like how tight the neck joint was. I really didn't like that. But other than that, the figure, the aura, the style, the fact that they were loyal to the actual anime version of Vegeta, I think is worth the figure. It's not really that expensive, so I think it will really add on to your collection, especially with the side to side to Goku. I really like the paint job on the hair. The faces, it was really cool to play around this figure. I think they could have done a better job, with the torso and with not having given us such a headache for swapping the neck. I hope it doesn't break in the future when I try to swap it again. But other than that, the figure is really good. It's really not bad. The legs are by far the best part of this figure. I think the legs are really solid, really solid. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, and it's really gonna aid with your posing purposes. But yeah, that being said, this is Vegeta by SH Figuarts. Fresh unboxing for all you guys right here. Not a perfect figure, but I think it's definitely worth your collection. It's really worth it for it to be in your collection because it is very loyal to the anime version of Vegeta that we all grew up to love. And yeah, I mean, at least Vegeta's arm didn't keep on falling all the time like Goku's. Okay, so when you compare Goku to this one, this figure is better just because of the fact that it doesn't fall apart all the time. I know I complain about that many times in other videos about the Cell Games' Goku, because it really falls apart all the time. I didn't have this issue with Vegeta. Sure, the neck swapping joint could have been better. It could have been more flexible right here in the torso. I mean, I'm not really gonna go over this whole straight line leg kicking thing. It's not really a lot. Just disregard it if you would. Just the torso and the head swapping were my only two complaints. But I'll take that 100 times over an arm falling over and over and over, or a leg coming off, as if it was a case, as you know, as it was a case for me with my Goku. So I think this figure is superior to Goku, for sure. It doesn't fall apart. Sure, it's a little bit tricky to swap the head. It's not as flexible on the torso. But so what? I'd rather have a figure that is much more solid, that doesn't fall apart, than one that is flexible. But then you have to worry about keeping the arm in place every 30 seconds. So yeah, I really like this figure, and I hope I was helpful to all of you guys with this unboxing. I really enjoyed it. The colors are really neat, and this guy is definitely a figure that is just action packed. I cannot wait to show it to you guys on a short that I'll be making for all of you guys shortly. And yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for your time. I failed you again with the time, but then again, I hope that I was able to illustrate a lot of the pros and cons for this figure for all of you guys to see. So thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you all in the next video.